Most of the nerve endings that contribute to the female orgasm are on the surface of the vulva and do not require penetration whatsoever to be stimulated to orgasm. In many countries, people are increasingly using sex toys such as pornography and vibrators during foreplay. Icelanders are the most likely to use vibrators during foreplay, followed by the British and Norwegians. Some cultures see oral sex as a natural part of sexual arousal and foreplay. Other cultures see it as horribly disgusting or morally wrong. Specifically, in much of the Western world industrialized parts of Asia and in islands of the South Pacific, oral sex is common. By contrast, parts of Africa view oral sex to be highly unnatural, and many religions consider oral sex as sinful. While women typically require a more prolonged period of stimulation before an orgasm, often 20 minutes, some women can have an orgasm within 30 seconds of self-stimulation. According to the American Sociological Association, found that the most mind-blowing sex typically comes with being in love with your partner. Men who help with housework also tend to have more sex. The U.S. has more laws regulating sexual behavior than all the European countries combined. Sex toys are banned in some states such as Alabama. Flirting is banned in San Antonio, Texas. Oral sex is banned in Indiana, and sleeping naked is illegal in Minnesota. A study in the Journal of Sex Research found that 100% of women and 95% of men polled considered touching as the #1 way they know their partner wants to have sex. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. In a survey of 40,000 men, 90% of the respondents said the thing they found the sexiest was when a woman takes sexual initiative. Almost 75% have agreed that a woman is most unattractive when she wears heavy makeup. Foreplay is not just about bodies. A person can create a more sensual experience by arranging a home or an apartment with sensual colors, flowers, candles, and music. For many women, foreplay is essential to orgasm. Only 30% of women are able to reach orgasm through intercourse alone. According to Men's Health, foreplay is to sex what stretching is to a workout. Easy to skip but essential for great results. One man reported 6 successive orgasms with decreasing volume of semen in less than 40 minutes. Orgasms have been reported by stimulation after male to female or female or female to male transsexual surgery. Non-genital orgasms have been reported by people who are under the influence of psychedelic drugs. People who experience orgasms often look like they are in pain. In fact, 2 of the brain regions that are activated by pain are also activated during orgasm. Perhaps accounting for the curious similarity of facial expressions, scientists are unsure how the brain distinguishes between pain and pleasure. Any act that creates and enhances sexual desire in a sexual partner, including kissing, touching, embracing, talking, and teasing, may constitute foreplay. Its definition is flexible and depends on individual sexual preferences and beliefs. A recent Australian study found that most women are more aroused by the idea of foreplay than sex itself. If you're getting value from this video, please kindly like the video and consider subscribing for more content like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the video. According to Shape magazine, women want foreplay to last 19 minutes. While men actually devote about 11 minutes to foreplay, they estimate it at 13 minutes. While the time it takes to reach orgasm is different for different people, the length of the orgasm itself is more similar. In one study, women's orgasms lasted 18 seconds on average, and men's orgasms lasted about 22 seconds. Approximately 15 to 20% of American women have never had an orgasm. Multiple factors influence exactly how long an orgasm will last, including age, period of sexual abstinence, type of sexual stimulation, and whether the orgasm is from masturbation or intercourse. In one study, 85% of men reported that their partner had an orgasm. However, only 64% of their female partners reported experiencing an orgasm, creating what some sexologists call an orgasm gap. After a man experiences an orgasm, there's a refractory period when they can't have another orgasm, although some men can experience multiple orgasms. The recharge time depends on age, sexual partner, and sexual experience. The duration of an orgasm tends to decrease as a person ages. Some individuals are wired to have more sex. Yes. Well, while we are not hinting at nymphomaniacs or people whose sexual drives are overtly high, but according to a University of California, Los Angeles study, an individual's brain wiring may influence the number of sexual partners he or she has. The researchers came to this conclusion when they performed brain scans of volunteers as they viewed sexually suggestive images and then probed the subjects about their individual sexual behaviors of past year. Apparently, it turned out that individuals whose brains were most active while viewing the sexual images were also the ones who had most number of sexual partners. Lower cholesterol boosts sexual performance. If you are struggling in the bed, then chances are you've got to get your cholesterol level duly checked up by a doctor. Well, it might sound ridiculous, but high cholesterol can actually lead to erectile dysfunction. And according to a study undertaken by researchers at Rutgers University's Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, people who take medication to lower their cholesterol level can actually enjoy better sex eventually. If you don't cuddle after sex, you can't satisfy your partner. Women have been demanding it for ages, but looks like men will have to finally agree to cuddle their partners in bed after a rocking sex session, and that's all thanks to a University of Toronto study, which has proven that cuddling post-sex is as important to relationship satisfaction as the intercourse. And this satisfaction has everything to do with the release of oxytocin, which is produced when a couple indulges in a loving session of cuddling. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. Get aroused and sex won't be messy anymore. Well, isn't sex a messy activity, mostly when you're not in a mood? Well, that's all because of the fact that sexual arousal overrides the body's natural disgust response, implying that you won't find the act messy as long as you're enjoying it. According to a study undertaken by researchers from University of Groningen in the Netherlands, when a group of women were asked to watch either an erotic film, a sports video, or a neutral video of a train, and then perform a series of unpleasant acts like drinking out of a cup with a bug in it, they found that those who'd watched the sexual acts rated the tasks as less disgusting and were also able to complete more of them as compared to their counterparts. Sex does burn calories. It's the most commonly cited thing about sex, but seldom have people believed it, and guess now. It is time to actually get your facts right, because according to a study by researchers from the University of Quebec, getting busy between the sheets for an hour can burn as many calories as 30 minutes of jogging. As per the study, men burn an average of 4.2 calories a minute during sex, while women burned about 3.1. Overall, men and women burn about 101 and 69 calories per session, respectively. 99% of couples feel that others have a more satisfying sex life than their own. Engaging in morning sex releases oxytocin, a feel-good chemical that fosters a loving and connected atmosphere throughout the day. Research has shown that breast foreplay enhances sexual arousal in men. Women are more likely to experience multiple orgasms if they wear socks during sex. Having one orgasm per day may decrease a man's risk of prostate cancer. Most women prefer a dimly lit environment for sexual activity over a well-lit one. Through masturbation, a woman can orgasm in about 4 minutes, but it may take her 10 to 20 minutes to reach orgasm during intercourse. Only 18% of women orgasm solely through vaginal penetration. You can break a penis. Getting a penile fracture is a real thing that can and does happen. You might think that hooking up and settling down are mutually exclusive, but it turns out that 1/3 of married couples were originally a hookup, according to a report from the National Marriage Project. If you're struggling to reach orgasm, using lube might help. People who always masturbate always end up with regrets. It doesn't matter whether the man is trying his best or not if the woman is thinking about something else and not focusing on the here and now. When it comes to porn, life should not imitate art. The secret to mind-blowing sex is lube. Ever wonder why things like spanking and hair pulling go from bad pain to good pain when brought into the bedroom? That's because your pain threshold can increase significantly during arousal, according to a study published in the Journal of Sex Research. Researchers at Stanford and Columbia Universities found that women who had sex at least once a week had more regular cycles. Nearly 75% of respondents would like to have sex at least 3 times a week. Studies have found that masturbation in women can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Orgasm in women begins in the brain. Hostel Bookers surveyed over 11,000 of its users about their juiciest travel sex secrets and found that a whopping 52% of men and 41% of women have had one-night scans while traveling. Almost 31% of guys have faked an orgasm. Frequent sex and orgasms act directly on the immune system, strengthening it. Sexting can improve your relationship. The clitoris has 18 parts and 8,000 nerve endings, which are twice as many as the penis. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. The largest vagina in history most likely belonged to Anna Swan. She was 7 feet and 5 inches tall and weighed 350 pounds. She gave birth to a 23-pound baby with a 19-inch hip. The pulsations a woman feels during orgasm are actually her uterus trying to gather sperm. A clitoris is the only part of the human body that never ages. An Italian study found that women who ate apples experienced increased lubrication and sexual function, boosting their libido. Having a happy regular sex life isn't just good for your mood, but studies have shown it can also improve your heart health, boost immunity, and lower your risk of some cancer. Men and women enjoy sex just as much with condoms as they do without. Birth control pills dampen the libido. The world's largest recorded penis belongs to 41-year-old New Yorker Jonah Falcon, whose appendage measures 9.5 inches flaccid and 13.5 inches erect. The clitoris doesn't play a direct role in human reproduction, it's just there to make us feel good. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Approximately 80% of men pay attention to breasts when meeting someone for the first time. Couples who watch porn together tend to have stronger commitment levels. On average, a person spends around 6,000 hours engaging in sexual activity between the ages of 20 and 70. Forceful intercourse can lead to penile fracture, particularly in the cowgirl position, which poses the highest risk. The recommended method for sexual intercourse involves lifting the woman slightly and entering the man's penis into her genital area. If sound is heard from the woman's vagina during intercourse, it can signify her satisfaction. When a man caresses a woman's breasts, undresses her, and admires her body, it can drive her wild. Orgasms can be more intense in hot weather, potentially explaining the appeal of holiday sex. The largest recorded penis is 18.9 inches long, and the owner claims it has negatively impacted his life. Almost 1/3 of men insist that kissing isn't cheating, whereas 89% of women disagree. Lesbians reportedly experience more orgasms. 70% of men watch porn. The average length of a vagina is 3 to 4 inches, but can expand by 200 when sexually aroused. Engaging in good sex triggers the brain region associated with falling in love. By age 19, about 70% of American teenagers have had sex. Men have a G-spot too. A strong sense of smell may enhance orgasmic experiences. Couple women with mostly male friends tend to stay in a good mood more often. The clitoris has twice the nerve endings compared to the penis. Sperm lives longer than the egg in women's bodies. Some women can reach climax through nipple stimulation. A fear of kissing is called philophobia. The maximum speed of erotic sensations traveling from the skin to the brain is 156 miles per hour. 67% of women prefer clean-shaven men. Stress is the enemy of sex. Turning off the brain center for fear and anxiety is crucial for women to orgasm. It's nearly impossible to lose a tampon or anything in the vagina. Only 18% of women orgasm through vaginal penetration alone. Gazing at a stranger for 4 minutes can lead to falling in love. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. Only 1 in 5 men proposes on one knee, 6% do it over the phone. A woman's breath may have a faint semen odor within an hour of intercourse. The average erect penis measures 5.17 inches. Men prefer women with a low waist-to-hip ratio, and the color red makes women more attractive. Scent is a significant turn-on for men. The smallest recorded natural penis is 2 inches. Shared exploration enhances sex appeal. Men's sperm can reportedly shoot over 38 inches vertically without hindrance. The female orgasm acts as a powerful painkiller by releasing feel-good endorphins. People who sleep on their stomachs report having more sex dreams. Sex strengthens emotional bonds. Shaving the pubic area may increase the risk of spreading sexually transmitted infections. The use of lubrication facilitates easier orgasms. Men who frequently perform oral sex on women are perceived as more passionate and aroused. According to some studies, men who engage in sex at least twice a week may reduce their risk of heart disease. Some men derive satisfaction solely from sucking and playing with women's breasts during sexual intercourse. A woman's vagina typically expands up to 8 times its size. If it expands even more, it suggests that the woman is experiencing exceptional pleasure. Sexual activity can be physically demanding, with women burning an average of 70 to 120 calories per hour during full arousal, while men can burn 77 to 155 calories. Taller men tend to have more sexual encounters on average compared to shorter men. Men often overestimate women's interest in them, while women tend to underestimate men's interest. Engaging in sexual activity at least twice a week can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease. A man's penis becomes harder when inserted into a woman. Having sex 3 times a week can make individuals appear 4 to 7 years younger. After orgasm, the brain releases prolactin, a hormone that induces feelings of tiredness. A woman can orgasm in about 4 minutes through masturbation, but it will take her 10 to 20 minutes to orgasm during intercourse. Women suffering from migraines have a higher sex drive. Menstrual cramps have been found to trigger orgasms in 7% of women. The average male orgasm lasts 6 seconds, and the average female orgasm lasts 20 seconds. About 3% of people have no sexual fantasies at all. How long does sex last? Researchers asked 500 couples to press a stopwatch at penetration and then at ejaculation for 1 month. Reported durations ranged from 33 seconds to 44 minutes. Ejaculated sperm survives only for a few hours outside the body, but once it enters a woman's vagina and makes its way up to her cervical mucus, it can live for up to 5 days. A study shows using lube makes orgasm 30% easier. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. Sex increases your tolerance to pain. Orgasms trigger hormones that help you increase your pain threshold. In England, 90% of adults admitted to having some form of sexual interaction in the office. Having sex at least 3 times a week can make you look 4 to 7 years younger. A woman's sexual drive reaches its peak just before her period. Most women prefer a dark place over a well-lit up place to have sex. After fingers and vibrators, candles are the phallic objects used most often by females for masturbation. 95% of women get horny when men suck their fingers. When a woman experiences a white and creamy discharge during intercourse, it often indicates orgasm. The male penis can become erect in as little as 10 seconds, at least until the age of 40. Roughly 75% of men ejaculate within 3 minutes of penetration, and about 25% of men are frequently thinking about sex. If a woman does not engage in oral sex with a man, he may resort to stimulating her breasts. Engaging in anal sex at least once a week can naturally alleviate back pain for women and potentially increase their lifespan by 8 years. Researchers have found that regular sexual activity strengthens the immune system, and approximately 1% of women can achieve full orgasms through breast stimulation alone. Just 7 minutes of sex can be as beneficial as 5 hours in the gym. Men who engage in sexual activity 3 times a week can reduce their risk of heart attack by 50%, according to a study. When a woman performs oral sex on a man, her body releases a hormone that aids in fat burning. There you have it. Which of these facts do you resonate with? Share with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing for more videos like this.